was up till 3 o'clock in the morning last night. Couldn't fucking sleep. So I watched the last episode of Full Swing.
You're fully done now?
No.
Oh, you watched
for this week.
You watched 5 and 6.
Yep.
What were you doing up at 3 a.m.?
I just couldn't sleep. So I went out on the couch, just try to mix it up. And then I still couldn't sleep. I'm like, oh, fuck it. Because I'll watch the last episode of Full Swing in the morning. It's like I'm up early enough, just drinking coffee or whatever. Might as well watch it.
If I can't sleep at night, I can't get up. I'll just lay there until I hopefully do fall asleep.
My go-to is I get up and then usually I can't sleep because I'm too hot. So I'll get up out of my bed for just a little bit until my bed cools down. And I'll get back into my bed.
Just take a blanket off.
He grabs a fan. He's just holding it over his bed.
Yeah.
You just put it like get a tube, hook it to the fan, and then run it up.
You're right.
I just imagine Jake just standing all weird next to his own bed.
Yeah, you should have a cold plunge in your room.
Actually, that's a great idea.
Just hit a quick CP and then hop back in.
Just soaking wet.
Towel off. You're right. I should do that. Also, I did get a
ceiling.
cold plunge like a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my
Why?
God.
Well, because all the boys in the house wanted one. So
You bought it
or?
well, no, Meister bought one.
Okay, so one of your roommates bought a cold plunge that you have access to.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So we have a house cold plunge now.
Is that something that you share?
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
really.
mean, it's no different than it is like
it is
more of
different
a
because the water's
confined-
not circulating, is it?
unless
So
you take a stick and
And there's no
Or like
chlorine in a cold plunge.
correct.
So it's just sharing cold bath water.
Yeah, but you're only in there for 3
minutes.
minutes
You're
at
not
a
swallowing
time.
the
Yeah,
water.
exactly. My head doesn't
You're
go
still
underwater.
just sharing bath water.
And then you're going to go shower right
A
after.
hot tub in a pool, chlorine kills all the bacteria.
I mean, I feel like you used to be a swim in the river type kid when you were younger.
Yeah, but I'm not. It's not
gross.
somebody
Yeah,
else's
no.
ball juice. It's
Yeah,
just,
They don't go in naked.
You don't go in naked.
your balls are still in it.
Yeah, but it is.
No, I
it's
leave 'em
not
at the
like
door.
it's not like I'm dunking my head under
You're sitting in cold ball soup.
I take my balls off and leave them at the door, then I hop in.
Okay.
Also,
Sharing a cold plunge is
same thing with
nuts.
a pool is all that bacteria stays in there. It just becomes inert. So all the gross stuff from a pool still is in the water. It's not like it
It
magically
kills it.
disappears.
The chlorine kills it.
I know, but it's still in there. Like say somebody
It's just inert.
it's inert. Yeah, that's what it does. The
I'd
chlorine
rather be in
doesn't-
there with inert ball juice than regular ball juice.
The chlorine doesn't kill it. It just attaches to whatever the bacteria is and then hangs on until it's filtered out.
I mean, you used to hug sweaty men.
Yeah, and then I would shower it off immediately.
Yeah,
That's what you do in a cold
That's what you
plunge.
do in a cold plunge.
I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I don't
Shower it
like
off
it. You're,
like
sitting-
you would
you're
like
sitting in refrigerated soup.
you've had staph from wrestling
I
other.
never got staph.
Okay,
right?
okay.
had ringworm, Tyler, a couple
skin
times.
herpes.
Never ringworm. I did get skin herpes though.
Yeah, so like
That's the only one I got.
I mean,
No ringworm, no staph. Staph can be deadly.
I've
listen
shared
to
my
this.
cold plunge and I've never gotten anything that I know of.
That you know of. We were at a wrestling camp in the summer, and they had a dodgeball tournament, and the staff members were just the college wrestlers at that
Are we
college.
talking staff SAP?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
So they had the dodgeball tournament, and the staff had a team in the dodgeball tournament, and they named their team Staph Infection, spelled with 2 F's. And then the entire camp got shut down because there was an outbreak of staph infection.
Oh my God.
Staph is nothing to fuck with.
No. Luckily, I dodged it though.
You can lose limbs from
Nice,
staph.
Tyler.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It can it'll
fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's a blood infection.
Jesus, fucking blood bros.
That's why they if somebody got herpes at a wrestling camp, they wouldn't shut it down. That person would just have to leave. They shut the whole fucking camp down.
Rightfully so.
Refunded everyone's money.
What college?
I don't know if I want to say. I don't think they can get in trouble because they did the right thing. It was at Concordia.
Okay. Who do you know who had it first?
No, but somebody showed up because they do skin checks. Like you got to do skin checks to get into shit.
Yeah. I do skin checks before someone enters my cold plunge.
Good.
Yeah,
that's
what
good actually.
Me and the fellas do that
No, we
usually
didn't.
before we get in.
Yeah, before I hop in.
They're
So why don't you just do it
quick-
together then?
Do a quick skin check. Well, since you were up so early, how you feeling today?
I feel fine. It's weird. I'm sure about 2:00 I'll be dragging fucking ass.
yeah.
But right now I'm good. I did have to get up. I forced myself to wake up and plow my driveway because we are in the midst of
Not where I thought that was going.
to plow my wife and then my driveway.
Yikes.
Skin checks, dude.
We're having our annual spring March snowstorm right now.
In fact, these might be the worst roads I've seen all winter.
They're pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys about the 90 days after a fog?
Yeah, you
I
did.
think I might have. It was either here or YBR.
It was here.
So 90 days. So
It was way sooner than 90 days,
Yeah.
though.
nope.
It was like
So
2 weeks ago.
Nope. So
It was.
nope. Because we marked it on the calendar. As of like today would be like day 93 after we had a big fog. So let's say 91 days after when we had a big fog is when we got a snowstorm.
We did not have a big fog on New
Yes, we-
Year's.
Jake,
91 days
we
ago was
marked
New
it on the
Year's.
calendar.
Yeah.
We? Who's we?
My wife and I. It's like
That was a different fog you're talking about.
Well, we had multiple big fogs, but
Oh, okay.
so 90 days from
In 20 days from now, we'll have another snowstorm.
if it's 90 or 90, 91, 92 days.
Shit.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
What happens when we get fog in the summer? Rain? 90 days later?
Good question. I don't know. I haven't. I mean, this is the year that I'm doing all my research in, so I haven't gotten to that point yet.
There does become a certain point in a man's life where I feel like the main thing that they pay attention to is the weather, because
For
that's
sure.
how my dad has a running total of my parents' house is next to a pond, and he marks every single day when it freezes and unfreezes,
Yeah.
and has a running average for the
Yeah, I got
last,
a
like,
rain
15
gauge,
years.
too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah. He's dialed in.
My grandpa,
Is he-
he documents every fish that he catches in like quantity down at the river back in my hometown. Like every single time he goes fishing, he documents what he catches.
Yeah.
So I've never seen the book, but it'll be interesting to go through it one day and see like. And he doesn't keep fish either. He catches and releases every single time.
When I'm golfing, I document every shot and then I write it down on this little card after each hole.
I do too,
yeah.
but there are times where I don't document every shot.
Well,
So it's not like
I
it's not
do.
100% accurate.
Also,
I do every single time,
Tyler,
no
that's
matter what.
good point. Golfers should mark down every shot and then have a running average of what they usually score.
Yeah, but
in
like-
every single round played, but not. You don't want to
But
use your worst.
every
rounds.
course is different though, so there should be some sort of like thing to help adjust based on the difficulty of the course.
Yeah.
Adjust what the amount of shots you take.
Yeah, I mean just
That
the
always stays the
average,
same.
like to just maybe get your skill level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, kind of have it on a scale. Like
What we
sloping
could
scale.
do
Like
is
a
you
course
could,
difficulty almost.
yeah, you could take your last 20 rounds, right? And then use that, plug the course rating from the last 20 rounds into the formula, right? But then only take your 8 best from those and then average them out using that course rating and then somehow come up with a number that can help you at every course from there on out.
They already do that.
What?
Wait,
Also, no one has
I
talked yet.
purposely killed the bit right there on purpose.
No one has talked about how great of a little asterisk it is on your handicap to just say, well, we'll take the best 8 rounds of your last 20.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind of fucks you a little bit. Can I take my worst 8 rounds?
I mean,
So one I think it was a USGA like rule implementation, but one change for 2024 is I believe like shorter courses now are like par 3 courses. I think it's like 1,500 yard courses. Some of them are like say sanctioned within the USGA to account for handicap.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming there are par 3 courses out there that you can play that will contribute to those 8 out of 20 rounds.
oh,
Yeah,
Zach
and
was
It's gonna
going
be- let's be
crazy.
real though. That doesn't matter to any of us because we're not keeping that shit straight.
I think one of the rules I did hear was that they're allowing playing 9 holes and then doubling your score being able to count towards your handicap.
I did see something like that as well, like 9
Yeah.
hole handicap adjustments.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, your score, you could essentially just double it and then use that to count.
I mean,
towards your handicap.
that's what men's league already does because you only play 9 holes in men's league and they give you a
Yeah.
handicap at the end.
And I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of doing that anyways. So, you know,
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.
Also, welcome back to the podcast, Double Bogey Show, presented by Nicolay Law.
Nicolay Law.
It's a family affair. Russell's a good guy. We met Russell, me and Jake.
That's a good dude.
I haven't yet to meet him yet.
When you think of lawyers, you think of like these sleazy greaseball suit guys.
Like fucking Giuliani.
Yeah. Not Russ. Russ is a good. We're on a nickname basis already.
It's fair.
I actually did call him Russ in person, and I kind of like, whoa. I don't know if I should be calling this guy I just met a nickname already.
Did he say, you say, hey, Russell, nice to meet you. And then did he go, call me Russ?
He didn't. I just took it upon myself. He didn't need to say it.
Okay.
I just could tell.
That's fair.
But family affair over there, Nicolay Law. He works with his brothers, his sister, even his mom.
You think they ever like wrestle in the office?
I don't.
Like
They might
younger?
get into some like sibling spats.
Sure.
You know?
Much easier to get into a work spat when it's with your brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
you
I would say
imagine-
no wrestling, probably just a couple headlocks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the argument between lawyer siblings?
I'm gonna fucking sue you.
Yeah, imagine
It's
like
they're throwing the book at each other. I gotta ask Russ what it's like arguing with his family.
Just
imagine
hands over
that-
the lawsuit. Just fuck you.
Yeah, I'm gonna push that paper right. I'm gonna serve you these papers.
Is like his mom like judge and the other siblings jury?
That'd be yeah.
These are
Good
important
question.
questions to ask.
Again, I'm ready to dive into the deeper questions related because we've had questions for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and then
What happens if this happens on the golf course?
we'll get those. We'll get the interviews with Russell set up when it's nice out.
And then you know what we do? We find out the correct answer. And if it's what we're thinking it is, like, hey, you are entitled to compensation if you get hit in the head with a golf ball and no one yells for, then we can put out our own commercial.
Yeah.
If you've been affected
were-
by a golf ball to the head in the last 12 years without anyone saying for, you are entitled to compensation.
Yeah, we're gonna put those Camp Lejeune water guys out of business.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're a family of suffered the effects of mesothelioma.
Yeah.
Compensation.
There we go. We're going to find our way. We'll get you a billboard or a commercial.
Hey, we also I thought of another question to ask Russell when he's on. The whole who gets in trouble if I get like a skin disease on the bottom of my feet for playing barefoot? Is it me for negligence for playing barefoot, or the course for using a shit ton of dangerous chemicals on the tee box?
Probably you.
Because remember how many people spazzed at us when we played barefoot?
Yeah.
Maybe I want to get sick so I can sue the course.
That's why I've heard you're not supposed to bring dogs on the golf course is because of the chemicals on their paws.
Make them wear booties.
But also, is there a waiver do you sign any sort of waiver when you go play a golf course?
Yeah, I don't see any signs on the first tee box like, hey, by stepping onto this course, you waive all rights to safety. We don't sign shit.
No.
I mean, like if you hit if you like go and pick a divot up out of the fairway to replace it, I mean, you're touching chemical.
Or even
grass.
just picking your ball up at the end of every single hole. Your ball has been
It's
running through.
supposed to be in the cup.
But touches grass the whole
Yeah,
time.
if you're
Good
putting.
point.
Yeah,
if you're
touch
putting.
grass, Tyler.
Yeah, it did touch grass.
Or if you're going
Mine typically don't. They're usually
more
in the
grass than me.
woods, touches pine needles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sand.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
you guys give me a gimme when I'm like 45 yards out on the cart path somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why I typically don't like to play out of the fairways because I like to stay away from harmful
Yeah.
chemicals.
Yeah, that's a great excuse.
So
Anyway, nicolaylaw.com. Go check them out if you ever get injured. And if you have any questions, maybe you don't know if you need a lawyer, give them a call. I'll help you out.
or if you just want to bullshit.
You don't do that. Okay. They're busy.
Yeah. All right. Full Swing episode 5 and 6.
5 and 6.
Tyler.
Lamest episodes of the season so far.
Okay, I was wondering how you felt about it. Last
Damn.
episode,
6?
Yeah, I thought it was super lame.
Tyler, you were
It was
talking
just
about
Justin
how you
Thomas being fucking sad the whole time.
Well, okay.
He's not wrong.
It's more,
Yeah.
okay. It's more of a buffer episode before you get.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
Absolutely.
can't remember. Is episode 6? Does he make the phone calls?
No.
No.
Okay.
They tease it though at the end.
So
Yep.
this is definitely a build up. It's like a mid-season build up into.
Yeah, it's
What's
also
to
when they
come
do
in
the
7 and
Alex
8.
and Matt Fitzpatrick.
Which was I thought would be much more fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was just your classic. Big Brother's good at golf. I want to be good at golf. Oh, I had a good round. I'm good at golf.
Tyler hates the Fitzpatricks.
I do.
Confirmed.
Dude, I
They-
like
they
Alex more than Matt.
They are kind of. I mean, they're kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humans. Now,
Shouts to Matt though, getting them braces off.
Mm-hmm.
it's a much.
You less
it's a
like
mu-
a
yeah.
fucking grouper fish now.
Jesus.
I hate him.
Well, I'm sure he's a nice guy.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. But everybody has the faces that bug them. Everybody has a face, like a type of face that bugs them for some reason. And my face that bugs me is Matt Fitzpatrick's.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but it's like the Zach Johnson deal when Marv from Country Club Adjacent.
Yeah, he didn't like his face.
No,
That's how I am.
And I completely understand why he didn't.
If I were to ever meet Matt, I'm sure he'd be great, right? I'm sure we'd get along the whole time. I'd be just looking at his face.
At least you won't have to look at his braces, though.
That's true.
the other thing.
That it did help a lot. The lack of braces helped a lot. But I can confidently say I'm more of a fan of Alex than Matt.
Do you think now? Okay, you obviously have like not really a feud, but like Alex kind of like not. I don't know how to put it. He doesn't like look down on his brother, but he like definitely wants to beat his brother. He wants to be better than his brother.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are points of animosity between the two. What do you think it looks like from the girlfriend's perspective? Because like Alex's girlfriend seems like a ride or die.
Yep.
And Matt's girlfriend I don't think she was in the episode at all.
A little
She
bit.
was in the last year's though.
No, she's wife now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, she
But
was.
she was in it like a tiny bit. She just had like a couple of sentences, but that's it.
Yeah, she was in season 1 though
I think
on
so.
Matt's episode.
Yep.
So we
Okay.
saw a bunch of her there.
Yep.
Do you think like between the girlfriends,
I don't think they give a shit. To be honest, they probably think like the brotherly
but they want their significant other to be better than the others. And I could see like there maybe being an ego thing where like Matt's wife kind of looks down on Alex's girlfriend because Matt's better. I don't know. It'd be an interesting dynamic to dig into to see, because I feel like that shit happens all the time.
Well, yeah, there's also a lot of golfers in between where Alex is playing at and where Matt is playing at in terms of like their skill level,
in
right?
the show, it would be actually 687 golfers between them.
Number 13 and number
Jesus.
700.
Yeah, like
Which again,
Alex
number
has-
700 in the world
It's
is
so good.
fucking
Yeah.
wild.
Which he
So
proved
good.
it. Like the 700th best golfer in the world can still play really well in a tournament. And I mean, I don't think there's animosity, to be honest. I think it's more of Alex has animosity to the world for being under his brother's shadow. Like it's constantly Alex, Matt Fitzpatrick's brother,
Yeah.
not Alex Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
you
Which
know?
more power to him, because his current world ranking is 140 right now.
Good.
Which is
Hell
like,
yeah.
damn.
And-
That is-
Well, I mean,
like-
he earned it. Like the problem with the world rankings is it's tough to get ranked high when you're not playing in PGA events.
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to play in PGA events until what place did he get? 9th or some shit?
Was it top 10 or top 20 at
yeah, something.
St. Andrews.
One
Yeah.
of those.
So that
16,
gets
17.
yeah,
Yeah. So that gets you into a shitload of events. So
Yes.
now he can actually golf with the big dogs, and that helps you get your rank.
Yeah, and think about like the world ranking is obviously it's based off of like points or whatever, right? Like your tour points or whatever. Like think about how many points have to be spread out between number 140 and number 700. It's like, I mean,
It's a shit ton.
Right.
No, I'm saying, yeah, like the difference is very little. So one good tournament will bump you up
A decent
a
amount.
decent amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like once you get past, I don't know how many guys like have a PGA Tour card at this moment, or if there's like only a certain number. But if you're outside of that number on the PGA Tour, like it's going to be hard to rank guys in the 10s, 20s, different tours across the world, you know? So, but I mean, like for him sitting at 140, like Ricky Fowler was like low, like higher than 140, lower than 140.
Yeah, at the beginning of last season.
Yeah. Before he kind of went on his tear. So that just shows you like one good tournament, it's going to get you a exemption into other tournaments, and your world golf ranking is going to skyrocket.
Yeah. I mean, I think back to the animosity point, I don't think there is. I know he wants to beat his brother, but if he wants someone to win that's not him, he's going to want his brother to win. Like, of course he wants to beat his brother. Every sibling rivalry, you want to beat your brother. But if someone's going to beat you, you want it to be them.
Yep.
Like if you have to get second, you want your brother to get first.
Yeah, I could see that. I did like what I really liked in these episodes was like the Gino and Joel episode and then the Fitzpatrick episode. Like they didn't really hold back on their feelings towards the other.
Yep.
It was like they didn't sugarcoat anything. Like, God, I really love my brother. I would love to be, of his status or like try and be better than him one day. Like they laid it all out. Like, hey, I'm sick of being in my brother's shadow.
Yeah.
Or I'm sick of Joel Damon not taking shit seriously anymore.
Yeah. That is like kind of the theme of this whole season is I feel like the cuts have been a little bit deeper.
It's airing everything out almost.
Like they've been.
Do you know if you don't make the cut, you don't get paid?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No way.
What's the cut?
Yeah. So after 2 days of golf, players that are over a certain line, over a certain score, don't get to play the next 2 days.
Oh.
And you don't make money if you don't make the cut.
No, you don't. If you don't make the cut, you don't get paid, man. They brought that back these last two
Yeah, they
episodes.
did.
But
It's
yeah.
like-
a tiny
because
bit.
Justin Thomas didn't make a single fucking cut all year. That's the biggest
Dude.
surprise. I did not realize how bad he played last year.
Oh, you played like shit.
I knew he wasn't like winning any majors, but I didn't realize how shitty he was playing.
He had like 2 or
And
3
again-
rounds in the 80s.
Yeah.
And again, we are guys sitting on the couch watching these multimillionaires play golf. They're the best in the world. But we can still have an opinion that he played like shit.
Oh yeah, he admitted it. I did think it was hilarious. He shoots an 80, and then in an interview, he's like, "I'm just fucking embarrassed." It's like, dude, I would be stoked.
Especially on that course from the
Dude,
tips.
Yeah.
If I shot an 80, I would.
And
That'd be
I'm
my best-
bragging to my friends.
And we're not stupid. We understand that the standards are different. Like an 80 to him is a 115 to me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like I totally get it. But it's just funny what can disappoint him and what can disappoint me.
I think golf is very interesting in that way compared to other sports because like, I don't know, have you ever heard the saying of like, if you were in an NFL game and you were given a handoff, do you think that you could even get past the line of scrimmage?
Fuck yeah. If I had a good O-line, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
But how far? Maybe 3-4 yards?
It all depends on how well the line blocks for me. Like think
Yeah.
about like there are shitty running backs that can run 15 yards untouched because it was blocked well.
Push.
I'm
Eagles.
not as fast as them, so I could maybe get 9 yards on that same blocked play.
Could you do it for an entire game?
The
though?
tough part is when
I
you-
would die. My body would be in
First hit,
shambles.
I'm done.
But like the whole question of could you get positive yards if someone handed it does not matter to it doesn't depend on me whatsoever. It depends on my O-line.
Yeah. Or, okay, I guess, all right, I'll switch the question. Could you make a successful pass into double coverage for a
Fuck no.
25-yard pass?
No.
Exactly. No.
No.
And none of us are going to throw a baseball 100 miles an hour. None of us are going to be able to return a serve coming at 130 miles an hour.
No.
But in golf, we can play the exact same course from the exact same distance and like literally benchmark yourself 1-to-1 to the pros.
Yeah, that is kind of wild about this sport.
Yeah.
It's the only sport like it. Like
Well-
that we can truly have the same experience as a professional if we want to.
To a degree.
And
I'd
if
say
we're-
the course conditions are not going to be the same if you go play. Like they're going to speed up the greens to them. Their pins are going to be in harder locations.
Yeah.
But you do get to play the same course and there's those tiny little changes there.
I mean, if you literally plan, because when I was in New York last year, I went to Oak Hill Country Club where they had the Open at last year, and there were people golfing Oak Hill 2 days after the tournament was done.
That's the best. Like
Can you
that's,
imagine what that tee time costs?
Yeah.
That's the best comparison too. It's even like when they have the Red River Am at Moorhead Country Club. The people who get to play it right after the tournament, like they get to experience the fast greens and maybe a couple like of the same pin locations or something like that. So if you want the closest 1-to-1, you got to play it right after.
Yeah.
But like there's no other sport where you even get that option,
yeah.
right? Like
No, correct. Yeah,
What-
you can't just go to Staples Center and play a 5v5.
yeah,
Pickup
the
game.
Rockets aren't
Yeah.
going to show up, so
Right.
you can play with your fucking intramural buddies
Yes.
and experience what it's like to play against an NBA.
Kind of
correct.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. You'd get fucking
No,
murdered.
it'd still be kind of sick.
Well, and yeah, in terms like, okay, so when we went and played Waste Management or TPC Scottsdale, we played in November and it was cart path only in November getting ready for February.
Right. Cart path only. We played whites, and it was just like the greens were normal greens. Like we played the same course as them, but we didn't. You know?
Damn near.
Yeah, it's
I
as
mean, you
close
could
as
say.
we're gonna get.
Right.
Same
but-
layout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I do not blame you for wanting to play those tees because, dude, if you get one chance to play Scottsdale, fuck playing the pro tees.
I think we didn't get to it, but I think the only hole I would have liked to play tips on 16.
For sure. Yeah. What tips would play like what 130, 125?
Something like that, which, yeah, when you hear tips, you're thinking it's going to really extend the hole. 130s. We've played 1,130-yard par threes.
Biggest mistake we made was we had like a 230 or 250 tee time at TPC Scottsdale, and we finished 14 holes.
Yeah, before it was pitch black.
Before it was pitch
We
black.
played 14 in the fucking dark.
Yes.
Like we were purely guessing where our shots went just off of feel.
Yep. That's all it was. So that was kind of a bummer,
Yeah.
but just makes you want to come back for more.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Justin Thomas, sad man.
Jesus.
All
what else
2023.
happened in episode 6? Like, how far did it get into like Ryder Cup picks?
So the whole thing, it was just Keegan Bradley deserves to go, but they're painting it up that Keegan Bradley deserves to go and isn't going to get to, and that Justin Thomas doesn't deserve to go and is going to get to.
Based on his record and everything.
Yeah.
So
Had Spieth and Justin Thomas sat down with Zach Johnson
dinner?
for dinner.
You know,
And Ricky's there.
dude.
And Ricky's there.
Collusion.
And Ricky, yeah, dude, that's a tough look.
Mhm.
That's actually a really tough look because Europe played phenomenal in the Ryder Cup. I don't think any U.S. team could have beat Europe on that given weekend. But it's like, did the best team get picked
So
to go to
remind
the
me,
Ryder Cup?
because it's not a spoiler, because it's in the past. Keegan Bradley doesn't make the team, right?
Correct.
he does not.
Yeah. That's fucked.
But also, Justin Thomas played really well at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
And
So-
the last round he played really well.
Yes.
He missed by 1 to go to the playoffs.
Okay. Question.
He's an
What?
energy guy too. He's a locker room guy. Keegan
Yeah.
Bradley's not going to be. He won't be that locker room guy that Justin Thomas.
Because you have the Spieth and you have all the young guys where Thomas is in that group where Keegan's older. He's kind of on his own. So I get it.
Question for you
Yep.
guys. I don't know if I'm just stupid. What playoffs did he miss?
The
FedEx Cup.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how the FedEx Cup works because I don't know there's fucking playoffs for it.
Yeah, it's a year long. The FedEx Cup is a year long. It's a year long point system.
But isn't just one tournament?
It is, yes.
So why do they call it playoffs?
Because it's the whole year and then you're getting points. So Scotty Scheffler was number 1. So he started at 20.
I know how the
under,
tournament works,
but
but
they
I
only
just,
take the top 60, 70.
because playoffs
I
to
think
me
it's
feels
40.
like it's a tournament up to the finals, you know?
Yeah, I don't know why they call it playoffs because it's not bracket style. Really,
Yeah, I was
or-
so confused with the whole playoff. Like, what playoffs?
I could be
missing?
completely wrong, but the way I read into it is like the entire season is like a playoff to get into the tournament,
Okay.
if you will.
But
That's
then
how
they
that's how
call
I
the tournament
perceive
the
it.
playoffs.
It's like a regular season for football to playoffs.
Yeah, they should call it postseason or something like that. It's
It
just-
should be the finals, like
Yeah.
the FedEx Cup finals, and like the
Yep.
whole thing. That's the playoffs all year.
Yeah.
Or have a tournament right before it where like top 10 get in regardless of where they're at,
Sure.
and they
Yeah.
call that the playoff.
Yeah.
The chip that hit the pin
Oh
on 18.
man, dude.
Like, I always think like that would have been perceived so much differently. That would have been one of the greatest shots in golf
Yep.
if he would have made that chip to get into the FedEx Cup champion playoffs.
Playoffs.
To get into the FedEx Cup playoffs by making maybe a 15-yard chip, 20-yard chip.
20.
Yeah, and it wasn't an easy chip. It wasn't
No.
like sitting on the fringe. You got a nice little slow uphill to the pin. It was like over a fucking hump, straight downhill, a lot of left to right.
That would have been fucking crazy.
Should have pulled the pin.
Yeah.
Should have had the pin pulled. But yeah, so he missed out on the FedEx Cup playoffs. And then it's like, well, it is a Ryder Cup year. So let's, Zach Johnson, you like medium rare, top sirloin, or you like you seafood guy, or what's in your head right now? Let's go for dinner. Let's talk about this a little bit.
I mean,
Dude.
even in the middle of the episode, he was like, JT and Zach Johnson were hanging out, and JT was like, I gotta kiss his ass, but like, how much do I kiss his ass? And it's like, dude.
And I get why he did that. Like, he's got to be selfish at that point. He if he cares about Keegan Bradley making the team versus him, then he's just not in the right sport.
Yep.
I mean, I think this episode has a completely different vibe if they don't show the dinner, where Spieth is like, "Hey, what are the odds everyone in this room gets in?" And then us, the
That's
viewers,
a tough question.
Yeah.
Did Ricky even make it? I don't.
Ricky got
Yeah,
in too. Every single person at that table
Damn.
made it.
And I think Ricky was playing really well.
Yeah,
Whereas,
Ricky absolutely deserved to be in. Justin Thomas did not.
no,
don't
but
think
Justin Thomas played better than Ricky in the Ryder Cup.
Right.
But there's all this like, well, what if Keegan Bradley made
Yep.
the team and Justin Thomas didn't? You can what if?
Well, you
can
could have
keep
got
saying
rid of
that.
Sam Burns.
That was another one. I don't know. It's
The
just
only reason is because he won the match play event.
okay.
Only reason.
Okay, the Valspar or
No, I don't know what it's called.
No.
one in Texas.
either.
He won the match
Valero.
play event, so they're like, oh, we have to.
The Valero.
Yep.
Valero.
But he played like shit.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, it just really painted it up that Zach Johnson just picked all his buddies. Which, that's okay, you can give me shit for wrestling all you want. My favorite thing about wrestling is it's just the best person is on the mat because you just wrestle each other. Whoever fucking wins gets to be on the team.
Yeah.
There's
They should have. I mean, how electric would that be if they had like a Ryder Cup playoff?
That would be
1v1,
sick.
just like they do wrestling. Like, okay, you have your 152 pounders going up against each other to see who makes the dual squad. That would be. I mean, okay, the match, like golf's the match, has gotten kind of like overplayed now. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys knew this, but Max Homa and was it Rory?
Yep.
Just it was them and then two
Rosang and
female professionals.
I don't know.
That was the last match, and
I haven't cared about a match since Brady Rogers,
yes, agreed.
like 2 years ago.
And then was it Tiger and Phil
Yeah.
Yeah, they did one too.
Yeah,
pre-live?
Yep.
but I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't really care about that one either. It was cool in the moment, and then it was just when it happened.
I mean, the first one was the most electric. Peyton and Tom Brady against. I think that one was against Tiger and Phil.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds right.
The very first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But then, like, I don't know. This would bring that to the next level.
Yeah, I would
You go
watch the
Justin
shit out
Thomas,
of that.
like, okay, your Ryder Cup captain can pick the matchups.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it's between you two.
So you have your 6 points and then do like the next 10 or whatever and like 5 groups, 2 people, and just play.
I mean, that's honestly a
Or
great
12.
way too to see how these people are going to play in the Ryder Cup
Because
Lot of
it's
pressure.
it's very similar format in the actual Ryder Cup.
Now, again, there is the aspect of having your glue guys, your locker room guys.
Yeah,
Justin Thomas is a better locker room guy than Keegan Bradley. I think everyone can agree on that.
was he the last year though? He just seemed like a sad sack the whole time, even in the locker rooms.
I'm just talking at the Ryder Cup,
Yeah,
like amongst the other 11 guys on the team.
So I'll tell you this right now, guys. I was just curious
tell
and
us,
I
Jake.
looked it up. So because you're right, Tyler, they did paint it to be like that. Zach Johnson just picked his buddies, right? So I got Team USA here along with the current world golf rankings. The only 2 people that are outside currently the top 20 or 25 ish is Ricky Fowler and JT. Other than that, pretty much everyone else on Team USA there belonged like to be there. They're within the top 25 rankings. That's currently.
yeah.
currently.
I think Ricky should have gotten in because that was as hot as he's been in years. Spieth never cooled off, so the JT is just the question, right?
And then you got a guy like Brian Harmon too. He wins the Open, so he gets his automatic bid.
And who's continued to be very good.
Yeah, he's
ever
played
since
really
then.
well.
He's world rank 8 right now.
And then you got Wyndham Clark, who again was on a tear,
Perfect.
won
Yep.
the U.S. Open.
World rank 4.
So yeah, it's the guys outside of those 6 secured spots would. I mean, it's not an easy decision.
No, it's absolutely not an easy decision.
But naturally,
But
who do I want to go to Rome with for 2 weeks and like vibe with on and off the course? Again, Justin Thomas is probably going to be that guy.
I don't know. I mean, like Keegan Bradley's not. He's not one of the boys in.
Yeah.
Well, and
but
that's the thing.
he's still a good dude.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like nobody
For sure.
was like he didn't kill vibes. He just wasn't part of Zach Johnson's friend group. That's a friend group because they're
Definitely.
staying
Yeah.
together, eating together, like traveling together. They all live in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, he also belongs to be there too. He's former world rank 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a very,
Keegan played with Zach Johnson in the 2010 or 12 Ryder Cup.
Right.
So like
12,
they've played together. He knows what he does. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's probably Keegan's last one he's got a chance for, I'm guessing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
36, gonna be 38 next time.
Unless he gets to be a coach, which I don't think he ever would.
No.
He's not. Well, maybe. I mean, he's as big a name as Zach Johnson is. But
like
Zach Johnson won a Masters.
Zach
So did
Johnson-
Keegan Bradley, didn't he?
No.
No.
Zach Johnson also has played on a Ryder Cup team
5 times.
So is Keegan's
5
played on
times.
twice.
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 And he's 0 for 2.
He could be
so-
like a co-captain
Yeah.
or like the assistant captain or whatever it is.
You guys think Tiger will ever be a Ryder Cup captain?
I hope so.
It would be cool. He
The
wouldn't.
year we went,
Tiger's too competitive. He wouldn't pick his buddies.
no, God, no.
He's putting the best possible fucking team out
Because he
there,
doesn't care
no matter
about he doesn't
what.
care about feelings.
No.
I don't think he'd pick. No, never mind. I was gonna say you wouldn't pick Brooks, but Brooks won just based off points. So
Yeah.
Brooks absolutely.
But he would pick Brooks if Brooks was hot.
Mhm.
probably.
Tiger doesn't give a shit. He just wants to win.
Like Phil was the co-captain when we went in 2021.
Because who was the main captain? I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Oh, main captain of Team USA.
2021.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
West
2020, but
States.
COVID year got pushed.
Maybe
Also,
I can pull it
isn't that weird that we went to the Ryder Cup in 2021, but all the merch said 2020.
It was weird. I still wear that shirt all the time though.
Me too.
Yeah. I think that's enough.
Steve
Full
Stricker.
Steve's drinking.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Wisconsin.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, and then that's not full swing talk.
Yeah.
the next two episodes are
Is it
awesome.
7 and 8 the last ones, or is there 10
Yep.
episodes?
and it's all Ryder Cup.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Poor Keegan Bradley. Prayers up, my guy.
I know.
2
I
years,
know.
pal.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna dive into wild scenario, black market tea times.
Jeez.
Corruption in the Ryder Cup to corruption in the Los Angeles golf community, Ryan.
It's wild.
There is a deep underground tea time black market in Los Angeles. And that sounds dramatic, but it's true.
It's about as dramatic as it can be.
Yeah. So here's the situation, everybody. Apparently, there's a group of people in all the public courses in Los Angeles, and they are buying all the tee times in bulk and then reselling them for a profit. They're Ticketmaster. They're doing what Ticketmaster
Yeah,
does.
they are. Yeah.
But for tee times.
They're scalping tea times in a way, right?
So, like, if you don't have a country club membership, you have to go through a broker to get a tee time now in Los Angeles.
It's essentially like a drug dealer for tea times.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I want to say, I think one of the articles said that they have to contact their broker via like WhatsApp or some other messaging
Jeez.
service
Facebook Marketplace.
to where
Yep.
like, hey, I'm looking to get at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, and you're gonna pay $40 instead of $30 or what have you. So from what I read is these tea times open 9 days before, like you can book 9 days in advance and they open up at 6 a.m., which then all of the high demand tea times, probably morning weekends, are swiped up within like seconds or minutes.
Jesus.
So now
They got like bots set up to get these online
So
or
what
what?
they must, because it's kind of like the shoe game, right? So like when we went out and tried to buy like a new Nike release pair of shoes, Kobe's, they were gone in seconds.
See,
Yeah.
I saw another TikTok talking about this where they had a statement from some public course in LA, and they said that they're having the problem of the tee times, but they know for certain that it's not bots that's buying up their tee times.
So they just got a squad of people waiting for the 9-day mark to hit, and then they're just buying it up every morning.
Maybe they do have bots for other courses, but I know that one course said, yeah, we know it's not a bot problem because we've tried ban it and all that stuff, and nothing's working. So
I wonder, like, because a lot of these scams will happen overseas, where they'll just have like a house of people who are just like, you know, one person is dedicated to 8 a.m. tea times. The next person is dedicated to 8:10 tea times. And boom, when that goes live, they're all bought right away. And then you have the broker who facilitates who's going to take over all these tea times. I don't know if that's how that works, but
I mean, all
Don't look over here, guys.
this
Taking
is
notes.
smart, but it's fucked up.
oh, it's very fucked up.
Can I do this in
Because
Fargo?
there's
I was-
already,
You
well, and that
can't
got me
check.
thinking, like, is there something like that in Fargo? I've never heard of.
So it's a simple fix. It is a super simple fix, and Fargo already does this. Just make the tea times non-transferable.
yeah,
Make it so
Also-
you cannot, if you book a tea time, you can't give it to someone else.
Yep.
yeah.
Then all these people are on the hook for they buy up all the tea times on Saturday. They can't sell that tea time. They can't give it to someone because it's non-transferable. They already paid for it online. The course doesn't lose any money. And then these people stop doing it.
Also,
you can just
Fargo
go-
has a login. Like you got to log in with
Yep.
your email and verify it and all that shit to do
Like-
that. So they verify you're a human at least.
So if I go in and I book a tea time at Prairiewood for Monday at 2, I can't give that to you.
But I could go there and say I'm you.
Yeah, but is this person just going to give everybody an alias? Like, hey, go and say you're so-and-so.
Well, and how do the courses? There's got to be something more going on with it for who's buying the tea times, because if the courses see that Jake's name is on every single tea time from 6:30 a.m. until noon on Saturday, like they know obviously something's up. So it has to be like a name generation that is taking over all these tea times under one person, essentially.
yeah, or
Yeah.
underneath multiple names. I mean, if they truly are using bots, I'm sure they've got Jake 1, Jake 2,
Right.
Jake 3,
Right.
whatever.
Guess
But even
one.
then, a freaking ID check wouldn't even be the end of the world.
Right.
Seriously, like I wouldn't like.
That's not going to bother me. If it stops the tea time black market, I'll give you my fucking social security number, my ID, whatever, so that you can get a normal ass tea time.
Well, and there's already a tea time shortage.
We do experience that here.
in
Yeah.
Fargo, and I'd like to think there aren't brokers buying up all these tea times, so it is just people going in buying it themselves, and that's causing the tea time shortage. Now bring it to another level where you just have these random ass people buying tea times and then selling them off for a profit. Like, think about what if you don't have a broker?
Yeah.
Where are you supposed to play?
Yeah,
Supposed to play Saturday at 4:30 p.m. We're supposed to play Wednesday at 2 p.m. in the middle of the workday. I don't. Like,
how does one go about finding out you
Yeah.
need a broker?
again, it's like a drug dealer. It's like, hey, I don't want to give you my broker's name because I want to secure these tea times for
Right.
myself.
Bathroom stall is just want tea times. Call this number.
Yeah.
It's like, seriously, how did the first person find out that he needed a broker to get a tea time?
I mean, I'm sure the brokers. I'm sure there was some hand-to-hand combat where they're like, hey, I have some good tea times.
You
for
show
Saturday
up with a
if you want
fucking
it."
trench coat, opens up, you want to buy some tea time?
Unless somebody on the course like is also in on it, to like they see all the tea times, like, okay, these are gonna go whatever, blah blah, and they just kind of like let them go.
Yeah.
Because it has to be somebody on the inside to like just kind of like let it go. Where you see Jake 1, Jake 2, Jake 3 has all the tea times. They're like, okay, whatever.
I mean, unless there's different names, they're not. How would the 18-year-old running the pro shop at their public course it'd be expected to notice that all these tea times are bought by a broker? Like, I don't expect someone to know that.
Right. And I know this is just like, we're just backtracking in time, but call the pro shop, secure the tea time. Like, if that's what you got to do to make it fair for everybody. I know the phones 9 days in advance at 6 a.m. the phones are going to be going fucking crazy, but is that one of the only ways that you can, I mean, obviously the non-transferable thing too, but it seems like there's only a couple solutions to do this.
Yeah, just kill your online site.
First come, first serve.
Yeah.
Now, that's how the courses are in Nashville. Most of the public courses in Nashville are you don't call, you don't reserve,
walk
you
on.
just show up.
Yep. So it's a wild concept that, like, I mean, there are so many other ways to make money. And even if you're only making $10 a tea time, which I don't know, it could couple $100 a day. I guess that it's not bad money, but
But
Who would have
a
thought
couple
to-
$100 per course, and this is Los Angeles that has a shitload of public courses. So if it's
12.
really?
Yep.
That's it.
And I don't know
that
what
blows my mind.
I don't know what radius that expands to.
Within LA proper, I'm looking at it right now.
So there's 12 or 13.
Yeah, they have 1, 2, 3. About 12 or 13. Yeah.
So it's 2,000 a day.
Yeah.
What I will say is that I'm trying to book a tea time right now, actually. Just because, yeah.
Trip.
If you guys want to go to LA,
Jake's the
let's go.
fucking broker.
Maybe.
You're not gonna be able to get a tea time.
I have tea times right here, but they're only at 2 courses, and they're courses that are like a half hour out of LA, like out of downtown
What times?
LA. So I have it set to, I have 20, this is for next Tuesday. I found 23 tea times from golfing between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
On a
For
Tuesday.
one player on a Tuesday for one player
Ugh.
for 18 holes.
So weekends are an absolute no-go unless you have a broker.
Yeah, I mean, I can try a weekend here.
Try
I'll
it.
try
Just
this
see what
Saturday.
happens.
No tea times
Yeah.
for one player.
Jesus.
What's 9 days?
Let
from
me
now?
just do. That's next Tuesday. Is 9 days from now. If you
That's
wanted to
7 days.
play,
Next Thursday would be 9 days from now.
yeah. If you guys wanted to play, one person at 2:15 p.m. So you might run into a little sundown issue at this time of the year. You could play 18 holes. So there are tea times available.
The dog shit tea
But
times.
just no good
yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
The brokers aren't. I don't think they're swiping up the low demand tea times.
Also,
the video
fuck they have tea time spread out every 5 minutes at these golf courses.
Jesus.
So that makes even more money for the brokers because there's so many tea times.
Yeah, that's
Well, and
true.
I also read in one of the articles too that it's like one of the main brokers is like a Korean guy who is also like only selling tea times to others of Korean descent. So he's like
Interesting.
picking and choosing who he wants to be playing on the golf course, which is also, I mean,
We got
okay,
like
well,
we got like a whole tea time mafia thing going on.
yeah,
Jesus.
Control the market.
Yeah.
Rip a quick 23 and me and hopefully have like a 0.1%
Yep.
Korean in you.
Yeah.
Just to be able to get a Saturday morning tea time.
And I watched a video of this, like LA City Council or something held a meeting and it was fucking packed.
Oh,
Golfers
yeah.
showed up in droves to complain about this.
I probably, if something like that happened in town here, I would probably show up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know if I would, but you'd tell me what you saw.
Because it is it's an actual problem. If you don't get, I think Fargo is 6 or 7 days in advance. If you don't get on at fucking 12:01 a.m. 7 days before,
Mhm.
you probably won't get a good tea time.
Well, that's the problem too, is like booking that far in advance that regularly. You don't know what you're going to be doing in 9 days.
Well, and they also
Like,
give,
you just get it for shits and giggles and then you can't go and then you're part of the problem, you know?
yeah. They also give, the preferred, like members of a public course can
Mhm.
schedule before non-members. So you throw that wrench into it. And it's becoming a serious problem. Is it because there's so many more people wanting to golf these days than there was in 2019, 2018,
Dude, think about it too. Golfers, we are some of the most addictive, degenerate people ever too. So most golfers already have a bookie for regular sports
Yeah.
betting. Now they're just getting a bookie for the thing that they're addicted to doing in the summer.
pretty much.
This guy picked the right market to manipulate
Yeah.
because the golfers are going to do it. They just want to golf.
How do they eliminate the brokers?
I don't know. I generally think just making like if you cannot sell the tee time, then they're not going to buy them and resell them. If they eliminate a way to resell the tee time, then it eliminates the brokers.
How do you punish a broker?
I have no idea. I don't think
making non-cancelable tea times as well is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Like the reason why they're able to get away with it too is because you're not like, if you book a tea time, you don't have to pay up front. It's not the same as buying a concert ticket where you've got to spend the $1,500 on 5 tickets or whatever, So forcing people to pay up front
But
might also be
these
another
tee
one.
times that you have to pay for them up front.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So this dude's buying them all and then selling them at a higher charge.
Interesting.
Because if you could just book them for no money whatsoever, then this would be an even bigger problem
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
Like, because here you don't have to pay
Nope.
up front when you book your tee time. There
Which-
you do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If he was doing that here, he'd just be making 100% profit on every single tee time.
Yeah.
He could book them all and just sell them for $10. He could completely flip the script, book them all immediately, and then sell tee times cheaper. And then the golf courses, no, you'd have to show up and
Yeah,
still
you have
pay.
to show up
That
and
doesn't work. Never mind.
Is it like that? Like these people get banned from? I mean, they have to get banned from all these courses for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is like? They obviously have they have these people's number, like their WhatsApp number or whatever.
Mhm.
It'll be interesting. Like,
Is a course going to hire cyber criminal people to prosecute? Another question: is this even illegal?
Yeah, it'd probably be some low level fraud, I bet. Yeah.
Is
They
it
could probably
though?
get you with
I
fraud.
mean, because you
yeah.
can resell tickets. That's not illegal.
I mean, I get that, but also pretending to be somebody else to book a tee time and then do all that. Like they could probably get you for fraud for that.
But we don't know for sure if that's what's happening. We just know that one person's buying up all the tee times and then reselling them.
Yeah.
That
Which
is
I don't know if that's technically illegal.
but didn't Ticketmaster? I mean, this is all like a Zach Bryan thing, right? Didn't he like sue Ticketmaster or somebody for doing this exact thing?
Yeah, and the thing too is like if Ticketmaster or whatever, or these tee times have a policy of like, hey, you can't use a program to do this, you can't whatever, and then people are doing it anyway, then they could be sued or put into legal trouble by the company as well, right? Like it could be like a private matter. So I just found this on their website that this is an updated policy from the city of LA Golf. It said it is prohibited to use any computer program, bot, offline reader, site search retrieval program, automatic yada yada. You get it. For obtaining a tee time is strictly prohibited. We are closely monitoring reservations that appear to be using the systems stated above. Violations of our policy will result in tee time cancellation and a loss of reservation and playing privileges. Our goal is to make the booking process fair to all golfers who wish to play at our facilities. So,
I mean, they're doing something about it.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's honestly like the city of LA Golf hires like one person to monitor the tee times and the names and the credit card numbers coming through all 12 courses or whatever it is. And like they have the ability to just cancel a tee time when they feel like something is fraudulent.
It also looks like they've added this thing called a player card where you essentially become a member, and it looks like it opens up different tee times for you. So if you like prove that you're an actual person, they give you like a gym membership.
Yeah, and I think with this whole lawsuit too, that it's like refunding of all of last year's player card, payments to these golfers who still never even had a chance to use their player card because the tee times were getting swiped.
Yeah.
Maybe now with all this extra cyber stuff, maybe this broker dude is just an LA patriot and he just wanted to create jobs.
Yeah.
He's
Kind of a
like-
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Steal tee times from the rich and give it to the poor.
Yeah. He wanted to
I mean, the
improve
rich are at the country clubs, so that's the thing.
that's true.
Well, he wanted to
Steal from the poor.
He sees all the problems with today's world of golf, and to build it back up, he had to first burn it down. So he threw the LA golf world into chaos just so that they would get their shit together and make it better.
He's a golf vigilante.
Yeah.
I don't think that happened, Tyler, but who knows?
You never know.
You never know.
I mean,
And if he's smart, he'll spin zone it to that so no one's mad at him.
Did I talk about Mariana Van Zeller last week?
No.
Or I told you about it. She runs a show called Trafficked, where she pretty much investigates the black market underworlds, drugs, human trafficking, all this kind of stuff. Be a great episode
Would be.
to try and because she'll meet with every stage of the process. So she would interview a broker who would have their voice changed and have a mask on. Be an interesting episode.
Yeah, because she gets interviews with like hitmen and stuff like that,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like assassins,
yeah,
like
and
real
she's
life
done
assassins.
like illegal
That's
fight
fucking
clubs
scary.
and shit like that.
yeah, she'd have no problem getting a tee time broker if she's getting assassins.
For
dude,
sure.
Yeah.
And she would even like uncover, like, is this happening in the United States, or is there a farm of people who are just doing it overseas?
Yeah.
It's a scam, essentially.
It is. Yeah.
It's a huge scam.
It's the exact same process, like we've said, as the Ticketmaster scam or the sneakers or whatever, what have you.
It'd be different if like if they were selling the tee times for like $100 a piece.
Do we know they're not?
Well, from what I had read, I don't know. I guess I don't have a broker.
Yeah. From what I saw, they weren't like charging exorbitant amounts
Which is like
of
double, right? It's like a $30 tee time becomes 60.
Yeah. Also, LA public golf tee times actually not too bad, by the way. 18 holes, like $35.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Not at all.
Wonder what those course conditions are like.
Probably dog shit.
Yeah. Probably dog track.
Yeah, so it'd suck to play a dog track for $65.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine working the front desk and like the guy who's brokering all this, like, you know, he has his Saturday morning tee time every week and no one knows what he's up to. But in the back of his mind, he's the one who facilitated everyone else coming on the course that day.
Yeah, and then
to be able to play.
And once he improves the LA public systems, he's lauded as a hero. I think I'm fully on board that this guy's Robin Hooding LA golf.
Oh, also LA Golf. They've also now added where if you just book up a foursome, they extend the tee time in advance to 2 days further, so you can get up to 2 weeks in advance.
See, improvements are coming.
They're coming, guys. Next Thursday, 12/10, $32 a person. If you guys want to go,
Fuck
out
yeah,
to LA, go.
It's so hard to play in the middle of the work week unless you're a salesman.
We'll wait 2 days. We'll book out Saturday. We'll be good.
So yeah, it is. I mean, it's becoming a huge issue.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting right on top of it, though.
I wish you could just say, "Hey, build more courses," but it's not that easy.
No,
and then it's going to keep happening.
I'm gonna become Fargo's golf Robin Hood, and I'm gonna do this until Osgood and Prairie Wood get a bev cart. I'm gonna hold the tee times ransom.
9-hole courses getting to BC.
Yep, until they have bev carts, I will not give up any of the tee times. You've heard my demands, Fargo public courses.
Ban them.
Yeah, but I have bots ready to go.
Also, Osgood, let's maybe build a back nine. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. The thing about Osgood though is they have the perfect 12 holes. We've talked many times about how 12 holes is the perfect amount of golf to play.
Yeah.
They have the 12-hole loop.
Yeah, but
I'm not asking for more holes. I'm asking for a bev cart. Osgood.
Yeah. Also, we could maybe get rid of that driving range, Osgood, and squeeze a couple more holes in there. We get 18.
Yeah.
And a bev cart.
Remember when courses were open 2 weeks ago and now we have a foot of snow?
Yeah.
That was fun. Good times.
Yeah.
You guys good on the black market deal?
Yeah. I think this guy's actually an unsung hero.
Give me that guy's WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I need to say this to end the podcast. And Tyler, you're not going to enjoy it. I don't know. You guys might. I went through the biggest swing revelation of all time yesterday.
God damn it.
So no one, you're all fucking moaning and groaning.
You just Ryan. It's like you have no idea how many times I've heard this from a gazillion people. I'm not
Never
saying
me,
you
though.
specifically. I'm not saying you.
You did a whole thing when we were at the CRMC about how changing your grip was the biggest swing revelation in your life. You tried to push it on Hitchner the entire episode.
Yeah, he finished in the next week. He finished like top. He was like second, wasn't he?
Yeah, but still, you said that you've never done this before.
Okay, well, the newest swing revelation. Hear me out here.
Trevor's taking the cans off.
So-
no headphones for Trevor.
Do you know? Okay, so do you know? Put your fucking headphones. You don't talk anyway.
He can
so
still
put 'em
hear
on.
you.
I can still hear you.
We're 6 feet away from each other.
I don't want to hear this.
So when you take a practice swing, it practice swings always feel good. They feel fluid. It's like, oh, I wish I could just replicate the practice swing. Well, in the simulator yesterday, I was just replicating the practice swing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd take a practice swing, I'd step up to the ball, and I would take another practice swing by hitting the ball.
No shot. Wait.
And I shit you not.
It's not a practice swing then.
But no, you can't tell
This
me
makes
that.
perfect sense, Ryan.
Actually,
It does.
Thank you. You can't tell me that your actual swing when addressing a golf ball and hitting a golf ball is the same as your practice swing.
It's supposed to be.
But it's not.
That's the point of the practice swing.
It's
No,
it's
but
not.
you are right. My practice swing and my real swing are two different things.
Okay. So I just fully replicated my practice swing. I just happened to put a ball in front of my club face. And it was unbelievable how small my misses were, how many more fairways I was hitting with the driver. I got the same amount of distance that I would get with a normal swing, and how many greens I was hitting from like 100, I was doing the on-course practice on the sim, 100 to like 170 yards out. It was fucking wild. So if you can just try it one time. Take a practice swing, address the ball, and then just take another practice swing by hitting it. It is a world of difference.
Okay. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the point of a practice swing.
But no,
Is to swing until it feels good and then do the same swing.
but I can tell you that
Yeah.
a large percentage of people taking practice swings, that's not how their regular swing is.
Oh, my practice swing is not even close to my real swing.
Thank you.
Right.
I just-
Mine isn't either.
I don't do it as a practice swing. It's more of just kind of like, okay.
It's like a rhythm thing. It's
just
like a
kinda-
loosen up thing.
Yeah.
For sure. It's like part of a routine type of deal.
Yeah.
So basically, we're just using practice swings now for their intended purpose.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to actually try on the practice swings.
Okay.
It's not even because my swing speed went down, but my distance, like my ball striking was better. My distance stayed the same. So it was like everything was more fluid and the distance was the same.
Okay. I'm going to just maybe try implementing a practice swing, period. I don't practice swing.
But here's the thing: like if you take it right when you start, if you take a practice swing and then you address the ball, you kind of set up, you do what you normally do. The practice, it has to be boom and then boom to like fully replicate that feel.
Okay.
I shit you not. I
boom,
wish I would have.
step,
I wish I
step,
would have
boom.
videoed it because I've never hit consistent shots like that in my entire life.
So you're finishing your practice swing, and then you're bringing it back and then stepping up to it.
No, I'm not like.
Have you Gilmore?
It's not like
Yeah.
my through swing into a back swing with a step up and then a through swing again. Like I'll show you after this. I'll show you.
I got work to do.
No, you don't. Miles is gone. You don't have any work.
I gotta
It's
write some
Tuesday too. You said Tuesdays are light for you.
No, Mondays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays. You said Tuesday.
No.
Jake, do you understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean, Ryan.
Are you looking it up right now?
No, I'm not looking it up right now.
So you're just not listening.
No, I was listening.
I zoned out too.
I just
Jake.
didn't
It's
have
fine.
anything to add, Ryan. What am I going to tell you? That it's a really smart idea and that maybe I should do that too?
I'm just saying.
That's what
it
he
was,
wants you to tell him.
I know,
Yesterday,
that is true.
It was a huge breakthrough for me. So if I could help a couple other people with their break, because again, as like a 10 handicap, I don't know what I've done the lessons. I've played more. I've practiced more. I don't know what I have to do to get to like, let's say a 5. Well, number one, I got to hit more fairways, and the way I'm currently doing, I'm not. And number two, I got to hit
Psychologist.
more greens. But if I don't hit fairways, I can't hit greens because I'm fucking punching out of the trees.
Psychologist. In full swing.
Yeah,
You need
Wyndham Clark.
I don't have fucking money for psychologists. I am my own
Jared's mom is a
psychologist
regular psychologist.
that will bill me for her hours.
I mean, you get a friends
Maybe
and
a
family
raid.
discount.
So I'm not looking for discount. I'm on a cheapskate like that.
You just said that you can't afford it, and now you're getting one at a discount, so you can.
I don't want one.
Okay.
He takes the
big-
coupons.
so-
rips them up.
Big week for Ryan. I know we just said we would end the podcast, but we're not. Ryan, swing revelation. Also, the announcement of Happy Gilmore too.
Mm-hmm.
It could not be a bigger week for Ryan in the golf.
Yeah,
world.
the announcement wasn't official. It was like Adam Sandler had told what's Shooter's real name?
Chris McDonald.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he had just like he had like he said he showed him the script or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Never mind.
that was like I believe that was the kind of the headline.
But I also thought that Netflix is going to have it. Like it's only going to be on Netflix.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
Adam
mean, that's what
Sandler
Sandler's doing now.
he has a deal with Netflix
Yeah.
for just Netflix movies.
So
The likelihood of it actually going through still, I know, is still pretty small.
Adam Sandler can do whatever he wants. The movies he's been putting out, dude. He doesn't care.
Oh, absolutely.
He's collecting his
Yeah, I mean,
paycheck.
if it's good enough for
Hubie
him to
Halloween.
want
You
to
didn't
do.
like Hubie Halloween?
No.
That was good, actually.
There was one funny bit in that movie is that no matter where he goes on his bike, people are throwing shit at him.
I know, that's awesome.
He's on his bike in the woods
Yeah.
running from a bad guy, and just there's cans of tomatoes getting thrown at his head.
Yeah, I did see a post. I don't know who put it out, but it was just like their ideal cast for Happy Gilmore 2. It'd be Adam Sandler. It'd be Chris McDonald.
Shooter's back.
It would be Will Zalatoris as the caddy.
Yep.
Tiger comes back as Chubbs Jr.
Yep, Chubbs Jr. Paige Sporanic is the cart girl. I didn't know there was a cart girl, but I want to say that's what she was labeled as.
Yeah, because don't ask me how I know this. I had the Paige Sporanic calendar last year. That's how I know it. She did one of the pictures in there. She wore the Virginia Venet thing from his Happy Place vision or whatever.
Okay, so maybe she was Virginia Venet.
Yeah, like
and then,
the new reporter or something.
So who was? There was another female actress in there.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was the cart girl.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Talk about an electric cast.
Oh my God.
But that's not what Adam Sandler does. He just picks his best buddies and then makes movies with them, which I respect.
His wife's going to be in it.
Yep.
Yeah, she'll be a random side background character like she is in every movie.
Yeah. I think it's a guy named Ross. Is it Ross Smith on like social media? Ross something. He does videos with his old grandma.
Oh, yeah. Ross Smith, you're right.
His grandma would be a great grandma for Happy Gilmore.
Oh,
too.
and then they had the angry guy, the retirement home dude.
Oh, Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they had a different guy for him, but I forgot who it was.
I hope it's
I would like
true.
to audition for You Suck, Jackass. I would like to be him.
That'd be a good one.
What do we got to do?
Bob Barker.
Do you know who would be great for that role? Do you know the Michelob Ultra guy who was he was iconic for just like
Only
beer
one
and-
watching Tiger and not filming?
He actually kind of looked like that
A
guy.
little bit, yeah.
He'd be a great one because he's very recognizable now. What are you looking up?
I'm looking up the Michelob Ultra guy right now.
Trevor, what are you looking up?
Great picture.
Who they said should be the.
Are you saying he should be the big guy? Your ball landed.
No.
No,
To
no,
be
he
the
should be
guy in the crowd
Oh.
You suck,
jackass.
Oh, yeah.
jackass.
Yeah,
That hits Happy with a car.
that's right.
That guy.
Happy look out.
Yeah, I don't know who should be the big guy. The ball landed on my foot guy.
Who is like the
Who's the NBA guy?
Boban.
Boban?
Boban. He would be a great one.
Good one.
Yeah.
It would be an electric movie. It's not going to be as good as the first because they never are.
Yeah, no.
But
Yeah, you know how it is. They're just gonna redo some of the old bits and stuff like that. Happy's gonna get a Jimmy John sponsorship instead.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, Trevor.
Oh yeah, from like the Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
The Dream. Yep.
And when he goes
Yeah.
to his happy place
Yep.
so he can putt well.
Yeah. Let's fucking go, dude. We got to get that movie. I'll contribute to the Kickstarter.
I think
I don't think
Sandler's
he
good.
needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
If he does need money, he'll just do Grown Ups 3.
Yeah.
I went to the dentist last week,
Nice.
and now at the dentist, instead of just having like HD TV on the little screen, they have Amazon Prime and they let you pick shit.
Ooh.
And so I picked Grown Ups 2 because I thought it was going to be the most background noise movie possible. There's some really terrible jokes in there that are like 99% of people don't think they're weird, but sitting in your dentist chair and watching it, you feel weird. There's like a scene where Rob Schneider, I think, is pretending to be, he's the janitor at a yoga studio. And he comes into the room and tells the ladies that the yoga instructor told him to get them warmed up. So he's just having them jump up and down so their boobs are bouncing everywhere. And that's fucking playing a foot away from my face while I'm sitting in the dentist chair.
Hell yeah.
And I was waiting for him to come back in because they numbed my mouth. And I'm like reaching for the fucking remote so I can fast forward through it.
Hell
I don't want someone to come in while looks like I'm just sitting here perving out.
I mean, it's like when you're on an airplane and like a sex scene pops up on Netflix and you're watching, and you don't know like if the person like on the opposite side behind you
is watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I usually lay it flat on the tray in front of me.
Yeah.
facing
No,
straight
I'm
up.
fucking double tapping through that shit.
Oh, I'm watching that shit for sure.
I just
Oh
don't.
yeah.
I'm just not trying to like have any sort of horny activity in a public place.
Not in an airplane too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, not when the guy's about to have his fingers in my fucking mouth.
That's a dentist thing, not a
Yeah,
plane
the
thing.
Yeah, I like
What kind
to
of planes are you on?
people play with my uvula when I'm on an airplane. All right, I think that's a good place to wrap things up.
Yeah, we got. The Masters is like 2 weeks away?
Yeah.
Yep. Ricky's gonna be in it this year.
Middle of April.
Ricky Fowler.
Yep, first time since 2020.
Damn. Okay.
Victor Hovland's my pick. Mark it.
Also,
Stamp it.
hang on.
March 26th.
When I was in Chicago, I threw some Masters bets down.
Oh yeah, I owe you $10.
Yeah, you do, by the way.
Yep. I'll get that to you eventually.
Let me tell you real quick who I got. I went straight money line bets on who's going to win the tournament. I have Xander Schauffele, and I put $10 down on each one of these guys.
Xander Souffle.
Xander Souffle plus 2,000, 10 to win 210. Patrick Cantlay, 10 to win 190, so he's plus 1,800. Will Zalatoris plus 1,800, 10 to win 190. Cameron Young plus 3,000, 10 to win 310. And then Victor Hovland for Tyler plus 1,400, 10 to win 150.
I think Cam Young picks a solid one.
So if I win one of them and I lose all of them, or I lose the rest, I lose $40 and I make at least
The lowest is 110. you said?
190
Yeah.
because Victor's your bet. So
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be dialed. Thursday, Friday, par 3 tournament, fucking practice rounds. It's all I'll be watching.
Dialed.
Love you
Okay.
guys.
Love you.
Love you.
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.